Yes, folks, it's Tales from the Jails with John G. Sutton. Do, please, like and subscribe. It really helps, you know. Gets the attention of people to watch this channel, which is what we're trying to do. Yeah, I'm going to talk today about problems with the criminal justice system. Big problems, especially in the prisons, where they've got these indefinite public protection orders. There's one guy who was recently in the Independent newspaper on Saturday, I believe it was, that this guy had served 18 years. He'd been sentenced to a minimum term of 8 months on an indefinite public protection order. And 18 years later, he's still in prison. Apparently, he'd been waving a starting pistol around. And he was only 20 at the time, but he's 38 now, and he's still in prison. What is going on? I mean, don't people pay attention to these things anymore? Aren't they trying to actually understand that the system has to be fair and just, which it definitely isn't? Also, there's a story on the BBC site today about a lady who managed to get prosecuted for non-payment of her TV licence whilst she was being detained under Section 3 of the Mental Health Act. So she was actually in a secure unit in a institution, and the BBC decided to prosecute her. Now, a lot of people say, "Oh, you don't need to pay your TV licence, all the rest of it." Personally, I pay my TV licence quite willingly because every day I listen to BBC Radio 4. Listen to it in the morning, I listen to it at night, I listen to plays on there, and I believe just for that service alone, I don't watch the TV, not much, never, really, but just for that, BBC Radio 4. And don't forget, the BBC do a world service, so quality radio, interviews from all over the world on the BBC, and I don't begrudge paying for that. Perhaps the amount that I pay is a little bit extensive, but my wife watches, what is it, Emmerdale and all sorts of stuff, soap operas, Anyway, so we're not getting locked up for it, we're paying for it, and I'm quite happy to pay for it. Now, about the IPP system in the prisons, I have previously advocated that what we should have is 3 strikes and you're out. But I mean, we're not 3 strikes for theft, something like that. Violent crimes, sexual crimes, molesting minors and raping women and stuff like that. If you get convicted of something like that, then you should go in for a long time. And it's no good putting them into the general prison because, I mean, in the general prison, they get treated like everybody else. And they're really, people who are offending like that are psychiatrically disturbed. They actually do need some kind of help. So when I say 3 strikes and out, it's not just 3 strikes in the door, throw away the key. No, they've got to enter onto a rehabilitation program so they do absolutely understand what they're doing is offending society. And believe me, I mean, when you've actually worked alongside with these people, worked with them in close connection, you realise that they are not thinking straight. They're definitely have got a twist. So it needs to be corrected, or they don't go out. Because if they do go out with still got that twisted way of thinking, they are going to re-offend. And that's why you get people going back and back and back into prison, because there's been no programme to actually enable them to understand that what they're doing is offending society. So that's my take on that. And Tales from the Jails, yeah? That's the song dinger, folks, yeah? And I'm going to sing you a song. Yeah, I am going to sing you a song. This is a tribute. Well, it's not a real tribute. It's a bloody insult to the poor guy, Chris Christopherson, who died yesterday. I used to love Chris Christopherson. In fact, strangely enough, last week I was playing his music. Sunday morning coming down, and this particular song, which he wrote, which I think is a standard now. Lots of people have recorded this, including Janis Joplin, which did quite a strange rendition of this, but it's really worth listening to. So I'm going to sing you Me and Bobby McGee. Are you sitting comfortably? Busted flat in Baton Rouge, waiting for a train, feeling nearly faded as my jeans. Bobby thumbed the diesel down just before it rained, took us all the way to New Orleans. I took my harpoon out of my dirty red bandana, was blowing sad while Bobby sang the blues. With them windshield wipers slapping time and Bobby clapping hands, we finally sang of every song the driver knew. Oh, freedom's just another word for nothing left to lose. Nothing ain't worth nothing, but it's free. Feeling good was easy, Lord, when Bobby sang the blues. And buddy, that was good enough for me. Good enough for me and Bobby McGee. From the coastline of Kentucky to the California sun, Bobby shared the secrets of my soul, standing right beside me, Lord, through everything I'd done. And every night she kept me from the cold. Then somewhere near Salinas, Lord, I let her slip away, looking for the home I hope she'll find. And I'd trade all my tomorrows for one single yesterday, holding Bobby's body next to mine. Now, freedom's just another word for nothing left to lose. And nothing left is all she left for me. Feeling good was easy, Lord, when Bobby sang the blues. And buddy, that was good enough for me. Good enough for me and Bobby McGee. They are Me and Bobby McGee, written by Chris Christopherson and just sacrificed by me. Hope you enjoyed that. Tales from the Jails. Do please like and subscribe. There's a link down below to my books.